What is this on?
Both. She did both. And then she'll put it, you put it on YouTube, right?
Hello, hello. Hi. Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm your host, Desiree Klaus, and this is Let's Vamonos Live, and we are live here at 2808 Sesh Co-working Space, 2808 Carolina Street, Sesh Co-working Space here in Houston, Texas, Midtown. We are running a little behind y'all, but that's okay because, you know, it's 6:30-ish. Something like that. Thank you. We're super excited because we're coming live from not just Sesh Co-working Space, but we're coming live also with a live audience. Y'all can't see them. The people. Y'all can't see them, obviously, if you're watching online, but they are here present, and we really appreciate you ladies coming out and joining us. This is our first live audience show, so we really wanted to kind of test the waters. We have my wonderful mother back there also as well. She's manning the phone and the IG as well. So, Mom, if you see any questions, let me know, like wave me down. Some like good questions from the audience on IG. Yes, ma'am. But we got to get some community events to talk about first before we get started. And I want to shout out again Sesh Co-working Space for all the wonderful things that they do here in the community for women, especially women entrepreneurs. And if you don't know, if you're not already following them, please do so on Instagram, LinkedIn. Go follow them and connect with them, and you'll learn more about all the wonderful events they do. So they have every week on Wednesdays. You can come out on Wednesdays. They have a college work day, and then they also have they also have entrepreneurs women's work day. So you can come out here, get a discounted pricing to connect with other fellow women entrepreneurs to do a work day, and then there will be college students here as well, and you can maybe find some mentors or mentees, and we can connect with them. So every Wednesday they do that, and then every third Thursday of the month they do female founders and friends, and it is December 19th, which is the last event for the year. And if you want to join and come, you can, and you can. They're doing a Christmas ugly sweater contest. Just so y'all know, also it will be the last one for the year, and then they're going to be changing the dates and the times, or I think the dates, the day of the week. And so we'll let y'all know when that happens, and make sure we get that to y'all. And then let's introduce our wonderful guests. Let me hold on one more thing before I introduce y'all. I'm sorry. For those that don't know, I'm also partnered with Stages Houston. So if you don't know, if you want to go take your child to a holiday play theater, Panto Pinocchio is going on right now. You can get a discount with Desiree 25. Write that down, Desiree 25. I don't receive any commission off of it. It's just an opportunity for you to get a discount, an opportunity to raise awareness for those who want to take their children to the theater and maybe don't have the opportunity to do so. So I highly recommend it, especially for the Latino community, because it's important to make sure our Latino community has access to cultural events other than just the Latino events, right? So that's happening here till the end of the year, I believe. And then as far as our wonderful guests, we have my amigas, my friends, my mentors, my all of the above, but we'll introduce you formally as Electra Solis, the owner and founder of Glamour Studios.
Hello, everyone.
And then of course we have Connie Leon, the Hefa, la meta of everything. But she is also the founder of Houston Latina Collaborative as well. So if y'all didn't not know, or had any concerns about that. But yeah, so let's talk a little bit about, I typically do this episode or these shows with the idea of the trending topics. But the things that are trending right now are there are a lot. So let's talk about things that y'all feel as far as that are important, a few things that y'all would really like to focus on for 2025. So things that are happening and that you want to work on in 2025 that could be trending, and things that you would like to share with these wonderful people here live, and then also our wonderful guests live on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. So do you have anything that you'd like to share as far as 2025?
So 2025, I think that wellness has definitely taken a big place in our community, and I would love to bring a lot more awareness, whether it's mental or physical wellness, to different events and hosting, and also collaborating with different businesses throughout Houston.
Awesome. Definitely trending. Definitely trending. You, Connie?
I think definitely along those lines for me this year, I worked a lot on like my finances and work and my career, and I was very focused on that. And I realized towards the end, because of an episode that I had with Bell's palsy, that I wasn't doing as much of the emotional and physical care that I should have been doing. And a lot of just that inner healing. We talk a lot about like traumas and all these cycles that we're trying to break, and how to kind of resurge that like inner child and what that child needed and how that child should have been raised versus how you were raised.
Right.
So for me in 2025, because I was so focused in work and finances this year, I definitely want to focus on the wellness. And I mean, I've done therapy, I've done all of that. And so definitely for me, it's more of like the holistic healing kind of self-therapy versus, relying so much on people.
Yeah.
I met someone this year and she tells me every day, all the time that I talk to her, her name is Adriana Clausen. She says, Connie, you have everything inside of you to heal yourself. And so that is like big for me right now. It's like, what are those inner things that I can do for myself to really heal and make 2025 better than 2024?
I love that, because I think those are also great topics that are trending for our community as well. It's been other events that I've attended as well that's become part of the conversation. So we definitely need more of that. I think we're just definitely just hitting the surface on some of those things as well. But let's talk about along our episode, we also like to share a little fun fact. So, it's not always serious, it's not always business. So, share a little fun fact about yourself, Electra, something that people would not know about you that if they met you for the first time.
So I don't know how to dance.
No.
I mean, I can back up a couple things, but that's not.
That is
So I want to learn to dance next year.
I'm like, I'm shocked right
So we're gonna be dance instructors out there.
Trying to partner and collaborate. She's open to it.
You could be on the celebrity dance show.
Oh yeah, Dancing with the
Dancing with the Stars. Dancing with Glamour House.
That
There
is
you go.
so
I need to learn the moves first.
And what about you, Connie?
a fun fact. Oh my goodness, I don't know.
Are you gonna share one I don't know? Because I don't.
I know it's like I feel like I share this all like I don't know. I feel like I have more fun than business all the time. I play too much, y'all. Okay, let me think. A fun fact. I don't know.
You want me to share a fun fact? about you?
Sure.
Okay. This is more about your personality,
Okay.
not necessarily something. Fun fact is that you're not afraid of anything.
I mean, I'm afraid of stuff.
Right.
I'm afraid of like spiders, but
Yeah, but you're not afraid of taking action.
No, I really am not.
Yeah.
Like if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm just gonna do
Yeah.
it, whether I know how to do it or not.
Yes.
I went to San Diego myself.
Yes.
Like solo travel, I'll do it. I don't care. I'll go anywhere myself. Get in that Uber, be in that Airbnb with 20 other people. I don't care.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think that's a fun fact. If y'all didn't know, she is very courageous.
I really should be a little scared.
The reason why we wanted to do this episode was not just to have another episode. It's really important. As some of y'all see, I'm wearing this beautiful embroidered shirt. It has the little nutcrackers on it, and it actually has an embroidery here. So last year, I had the opportunity to collaborate with Houston Latina Collaborative and Electra with the first annual Latina Nutcracker Market, and it was a huge success. It was amazing. I was so honored to be a part of it. and I was so excited that we're doing another year. I am helping y'all in a different way this year, which I don't mind. This is my passion, this platform. So I'm so honored to even have y'all here. But I wanted to bring y'all on, not just to talk about the market, but just to talk a little bit about Latina leadership and how it affects our community, and how people like y'all are making strides in making events that are about representation. So for those that know, the Nutcracker Market happens every year here in Houston. It's been around, I think, what, 30 plus years, something like that. Yeah, and what I've learned being an entrepreneur and being in business is realizing that not everybody has access to capital to be able to even be a vendor at the Houston's Nutcracker Market. And so when y'all brought this to me, like saying, "Hey, you want to participate?" It was just amazing, because I was just like, I never even thought about it. It's like, this is genius. And we'll talk about all the collaborators that are collaborating this year as well. We'll definitely chime in on that. But Electra, tell us a little bit about, like, where did this thought come from?
So Melissa and I, she's the owner of Meet Hidden Gems. We started this back during COVID, and it was just a Christmas market. We wanted to support small businesses because us as well, we were small businesses during that time as well. We wanted to bring awareness to the community, and also open doors of opportunity for businesses to come out of their homes after being stuck in their homes for a while and support each other. And it started out with just us, and then it grew to collaborating with Connie and with you. And each year, the plan would be to have someone come in and take us the spotlight, be a host with us, because it's important for us not to only spotlight our inner circle, but also outside of our circle as well.
Yeah, I love that. And I remember when I first met Electra and going to Glamour House, all the events that y'all were doing there. I got to attend some of them, and I loved it. I definitely missed them. They were fun because they were at the space, there you're gonna hang out and see all the wonderful vendors that were there. So that was the beginning stages of me going to markets as well, because it was accessible. So when she brought this to you, what did you think? Like, what were your thoughts?
So I collaborated with Electra. You said you found the first picture of her and I together because of her event space, right, through Glamour House. She was at another space before the one that you're talking about. And so for me, I came to her because I needed the space, right? And it was to bring in, it was a reality show star. She was coming from, it was one of those like the San Antonio, the Real Housewives of San Antonio or something. And so we needed a space to host her and to have the event. And so I brought it to Electra, and her and I just started talking about how we could collaborate in the future.
Right.
And so definitely with anything that she has brought to me since, or brought to me since then, I've definitely always been willing to support her and just kind of provide whatever it was she needed at the time, right? Whether it's like marketing, the branding, the, space, hosting. So for me, it's always important to just, whatever she's doing, to support it, because she initially supported me in something really big. So yeah, for me, it was just about the support, whether it was her or Melissa, whoever's involved, just to kind of be there. Also because Houston Latina Collaborative, we've been very fortunate since we were Houston Latina bloggers to have big sponsors. So we are sponsored every year by Ford Latino. And because we had those funds and that money, we were able to create something a little bit bigger than usual last year. And so partnering in that space with her and being able to share that sponsorship for me is really important.
Yeah, for sure. And I loved it, because I'd seen the beginning stages of what you and Melissa were doing, like at the Glamour House studio parking lot, right?
Yeah.
And that to now going into this bigger event space, and then with the opportunity to collaborate with other bigger brands, which is amazing. And so let's talk a little bit about, though, why it's so important to have representation, because we know as a community, y'all have witnessed it firsthand, to see these vendors, and some of them maybe can't afford some of the vendor fees. Tell us a little bit about why it was so important to have this representation.
So for the Nutcracker Market here in Houston that takes place, not only do you have to pay an admission to get in, but you also have to pay your vendor fee, or your guests have to pay the admission and also go shop and support. So the idea of this is to have our community, our Latina community, come out and enjoy our culture, support local small businesses at no fee, and then the vendor fee stays below $100 at times. And it's important because a lot of the vendors, this may be their only source of income. And so that's something that needs to be brought aware to everyone that's hosting some type of event. You always want to make sure that your people are taken care of, especially your community.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think also, as all of us have had events, and so we know the ins and outs and all the things. And at the end of the day, I think we really know how important it is for those vendors to sell their products. We want them to sell their products at the end of the day. So, I encourage those vendors out there that are small businesses that are Latina-owned to connect with these wonderful ladies for future events, because there's nobody's doing anything like Latina Nutcracker Market. I mean, we are putting our community and especially our Latina businesses on the map.
Yes, and while embracing also our culture. So last year we had the local dancers. We also had a local breakdancing crew come out, and it's beautiful just to see everyone cheering. And also our DJ was Latina, and she played a lot of Latina music.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Yeah. As far as the representation, you know, right? You've been an active advocate in the community, and you know how important it is. But specifically about the Nutcracker aspect of it.
Yeah, no, just knowing, like you said, the history of the Nutcracker Market. We've always had that kind of, even with Houston Latina bloggers, right? We were going into these spaces where it was predominantly white women, right? And you look at the Nutcracker Market and it's predominantly white women, right? And I mean, like, I'm not criticizing or anyone, but we also need to filter those spaces in a better way to bring in the Latino crowd, whether female or male. And just like you said earlier with the theater, right? Like, to give that accessibility and access to our people is very important, right? Like Electra said, the regular Nutcracker Market, you have to pay a fee, you go in and you shop, like there's so many fees and things that go into it. Excuse me. And so making it accessible, making it free, making those vendor fees really low, which again was really important as far as sponsorships go, right? Being able to partner through Ford because I have that funding. Last year, Electra would tell me, this person's applying, are they free or are we charging them? I was able to sponsor, a certain amount of spots. So a lot of those vendors didn't pay any fees.
Right.
They came, and because of everybody coming together and promoting it, there were so many people there that a lot of those vendors sold out within an hour, right? Like, they were there, and within an hour, we had people run out of their stuff.
Yeah.
Especially the food vendors. And so a lot of those people were so thankful because they didn't pay a fee. And like I think Electra said, this is part of their income, right? It's of how they make a living. And so just all of those little things are always super important for me, right? How many people can we really help? How many people can we impact in one space?
Yeah. This year's gonna be a little bit different. I know it's at a different space. Let's talk a little bit about that, where it's at, and then also obviously the collaborators as well. This sweatshirt was made last year by Stitch Houston. She's here, so thank you so much. And congratulations for showing up, and thank you so much for creating this momentum as well. It's so sweet. I was like, this is awesome. Like, this is so cool.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about the other collaborators that are working this year for this event.
Yes. So last year we got approached by the director of Northside District, and she's like, "Why didn't y'all do this in Northside?" And
We're both in
Northside. Like, why isn't this done in Northside? And I said, well, we don't have a space, or it wasn't presented to us. Melissa found us the space last year, and that's why we were able to do it at such a beautiful event space. So this year, I reached out to Rebecca and I said, hey, I want to take it to Northside. Do you have any suggestions? And she suggested the event place.
Yeah.
And they have been a big, big support to this event this year, sponsoring us as well.
Yeah, I love that. That's awesome. Yeah, I had somebody, I talked to somebody yesterday and they were like, hey, where's the event going to be at? And I was like, it's going to be on the north side, y'all. They're taking it to the north side. So I think that's so cool because I know that's important for y'all. It's a part of what y'all do. And also, there's nothing out there.
Yeah.
There's rarely.
It just provides a different opportunity for us, right? And for everybody involved. So, and definitely for just bringing the crowd to that area, because like you said, there's really not a lot in that area that happens in Northside. So, or at least not, consistent. So,
Right. Any other, who are the other collaborators?
So the other collaborator is going to be Vika. Vika with an accent. I'm sure you guys know her. So she's definitely going to spice up the party this year. Fort Latino is.
yeah, we work a lot with Alexis from Latinx PR, and then Social Click PR, which is Meaty.
Biddy. And then, of course, Melissa with Meet Hidden Gems.
Yes.
I feel like I'm
Melissa is definitely a partner because we started this originally together. And this year, Melissa was able to bring us Trash Can Panda, another
Trash
North
Can,
Side
okay.
business. So we're really excited.
What is Trash Can Panda?
No, Trash Can.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
They're doing the liquor. They partner with Melissa, so.
So that's the beautiful thing about this is that we each bring our own partnerships to make this event happen. They are a Northside business, and if you are on the North Side and looking for like a happy hour or a drink, they definitely have a cute setup this Christmas. It's Nightmare Before Christmas.
okay.
So that's the theme. If you want to go take some pictures.
They also do networking events.
Okay.
They posted the Northside Chamber there before, so I've been to events there. So I know they do little networking events. It's a nice little space.
Okay.
They have an indoor and a patio.
So,
She's been cultural that the last year's Nutcracker thing was the most beautiful event ever.
awesome.
Thank
Thank you. So we got a comment that came in. Thank you so much for chiming in. We're trying, if we can catch the comments, we'll try to catch them, but my mom's watching the comments on the Instagram right now. But let's talk a little bit about also what to expect this year. So obviously it's on the north side, it's at the event place. What's the date, time, all that fun stuff, but then also what can we expect this year?
So the date is going to be this Sunday, December 15th, and it's from 12 to 5. This year you can expect a big audience. We're super excited because a lot of eyes are on this event, and a lot of people are looking forward to this event. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm so excited.
I think we always say we're not going to do that many vendors. We're like, we're going to limit it, but then there's so many people, right, that we want to involve, and so many people start asking Electra, like, how do I become a vendor? And she'll text me every day. She's like, hey, I got another vendor. Should we accept it? I'm like, yeah, let's just do it. So definitely vendor heavy, right? So coming out to support, making sure that you tell everybody that it's free to attend. It's a family event.
Right.
We did hire a special guest. It's a Grinch. So yeah, it's the Houston Grinch.
The Houston Grinch.
Yeah, so definitely coming out and taking your pictures, holiday pictures with the Grinch. So that'll be something that we feature.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Also, we may have a special news channel there.
Ooh,
Yes.
okay, because we got some local media folks.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've been reaching out to
Yes,
media,
they
so.
need to be out at these events. They need to be focused on and share those opportunities with everybody.
Yeah.
I do know also one of, I think, Mimi's Latina
yes.
Creation, she's
Yes.
sponsoring the tote bags.
Yes.
So tell us about that.
So I met Mimi through you, and I didn't meet her until after she's like, "Here's the totes for last year." I was like, "Oh wow, thank you so much! Like they were so beautiful." And she's such a big supporter. She's been supporting everything that we're doing, and I really appreciate her.
Yeah.
She's one of those action people, right? Like you tell her and immediately she's like, oh, let me just print 50 of these things for
She's
you.
like, how many do you need?
Yeah.
I'm like, you are so generous.
Yeah,
She's
she
so
like
generous.
she does not think twice about helping you. She immediately like whatever you need here.
Yeah. So how do I get it back?
So you have to be the first 50 people to get it back.
Mhm.
Definitely come out, get your
Okay.
bag. They go fast. I didn't even get a bag last
No,
year.
I didn't even. No, I don't think it even, did you?
No,
get it?
no.
I was like, so, okay, the first 50 people.
Yeah. And we have more volunteers this year, which I'm really excited. Like people that are genuinely want to be a part of this event. And we definitely need the help. Because last year, us three, four,
Me.
and your mom, we and your son,
Yeah, my
we
son.
were running around like crazy.
Sure. I was like, oh, I didn't even know you were going to put me to work.
Yeah.
I was like, I got a moving table. I was like, okay. Just so y'all know, I don't move tables. Sorry. No, we have some wonderful audience members here. So if y'all have any questions y'all would like to ask our wonderful ladies, Latina ladies here, Latina leadership ladies, bring them on. We'd love to hear from y'all.
So when do you reach out if you want to help volunteer or if you want to be on like helping you plan? When is a good time to help? Like, or do you have a link or like for next year? When should we reach out to you and where should we reach out to you?
So for next year, I'm not sure if I will be in Houston,
Oh, okay.
but I will pass the baton to Melissa and
I'm like, don't look at
Tony.
me.
And you guys will have to see where it goes from there.
Yeah, this year it all went through Electra. Like, you know, if you just DM Glamour House, like she's usually really good at like coordinating all that kind of stuff. So definitely staying connected with all of our social media, right? Houston Latina Collaborative, the Glamour House, Melissa's pages. And so definitely just finding us on Instagram and then DMing us whenever the time comes. And usually, like, I think for this one, Electra, you started maybe a couple months ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, so a couple months before.
Did you have any questions?
It was the same, how to get involved. How to get involved, yeah.
Did you have any questions over here? Do we have any questions? Oh, perfect. The address.
I don't have my phone.
Okay. Is there parking?
There is
There
parking.
And then there's also street parking. So if you're from the inner city, you know that we're pretty short on parking. So think of the Heights, a lot of street parking. Also, we may have a facility down the street that will collaborate with us. And then we may be able to transfer people, shuttle people back.
Okay, cool. That's awesome.
Oh, sorry, is that the name of it, the event?
Yes, the event.
Yeah,
place. I'm looking at it.
James Street,
508 James.
508 James Street, Houston, Texas, 77009.
Thank you.
And they are on Instagram as the event place Houston. That's so that's.
So, one of the things I want to end on is about Latino leadership and how important it is. So, I think as Latino leaders, it's important for us to continue to I always call it like buck the system, right? Where you are pushing the boundaries of the norms of society and the norms of everything that's happening in our community. I know both of y'all's stories are very different as far as how y'all got to a leadership role, but is there something that you would like to share to those who see people like you and say, hey, I don't really see myself as a leader, right? But I think I could be, or I want to be a leader. What would some advice you would give to them?
Keep working, work hard, always have a second hustle, and believe in yourself. It's all about believing in yourself and holding yourself accountable for what you want to do, and balancing out your life as well. I know you always ask me, how do you do it all? And my simple answer to that is balance. You have to balance your life, yourself, your business, and of course your children.
Yeah.
And most importantly though, it's yourself.
Yes, you've been a great. I think you're a great role model and leader. It's also just about self-care, and self-love. I've watched your journey over the years, and I'm always like when I think about putting on my makeup, I think about people like you because that's some of your industry. So I'm like, and it's hard for me sometimes. Y'all tell me,
Your makeup looks great.
I did it today. But it's taken me a while, so I appreciate you always, encouraging us. Hey, do your makeup, or do you want your makeup done? Yes, I really appreciate that But Connie, for you, as far as giving some words of advice.
For me, I think I never saw myself as a leader, right? I never identified as that. I started doing all the things that I've done in the community, bless you, but never really thought that anybody was going to follow me or ask me to be a leader, to take lead in anything. And for me, I think the biggest thing that I've had to learn and to do is to believe in myself when others have believed in me, right? Like accepting that, like, oh, Electra wants to support me, Desiree wants to support me because they feel that I can do something more. And it's just believing in yourself, right? We have a lot of that like imposter syndrome where we don't think we are, and people are already seeing us in that light, right? Like people are already seeing us as a leader, people are already seeing us as a business owner. And here we are going, no, I'm not. Like that's not me. And you are, right? If you just believe what other people believe. I've had so many people that are like, you don't see yourself the way others see you. And you don't, right? I look in the mirror, I'm like, I'm just me, right? Like I'm not anybody. I'm not any better than anybody here.
Right.
But understanding and just once you do step into that space is owning it. Yes. Knowing that you are here for a reason. You became, whatever position you take on, you became that person because people believe in you, because you're capable, and definitely just standing in it and owning it at that point, right? Like no shying away from it. Like you said, I don't really fear a lot of things. I do have like a huge fear of failure. And I think that itself pushes me to do even better because I'm like, there is no way I'm going to fail at this. And so, that just motivates me even more, right? So I think a combination of all those things, and it's hard, it's not easy. I call you crying every day, like, I can't do this today. And it's hard, it's not easy, but you definitely get up and just kind of push forward through it.
Yeah, and I think you both of y'all have taught people like me that are learning to see myself in a leadership role as well. And then also, as a founder, and then also for the wonderful business owners out there that are entrepreneurs. If y'all don't realize it, y'all are leaders as well in y'all's community for the things that y'all do, because people see you owning a business and you're like, oh, and even if you say it's my little business, no, it's not your little business, because I'm going to tell you this much. There are people out there that wish that they could do that little business, and they don't have the opportunity to do so. So I encourage you, the audience members here that are entrepreneurs, that are switch that little gear a little bit to leadership. I am an entrepreneur, therefore I'm a leader in my community, therefore I have to, that it is a role that I can take on. It's not necessarily a role that's impossible, because at the end of the day, as someone told me just recently this year, you're either going to manage people or you're going to manage products, right? And as entrepreneurs, we have that. We're either managing people or managing products, and how that works, whether it's a client or a customer, those are skills that we're having to learn through leadership. So, any other questions out there for our audience members? You want to chime in, Mom? Mom's got a question.
Looking forward to the event so that I can shop and see the theme of the product that they sell, because they're so unique. I wear all the stuff that I buy in the market, and I get compliments left and right everywhere I go.
Yeah.
To the grocery store, just shopping
Yeah.
at Kohl's, and somewhere. Anyway, but I get compliments. Where did you get that?
Yeah.
Where did you get that? So fun.
The shirts and
And
keywords.
I don't think I bought anything in the department store for maybe 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
So very few items as opposed to
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Mom, because we love supporting small businesses. We know it's important. So we encourage all those that are watching today to definitely come out December 15th to the event place. Come and support the Latina Nutcracker Market. It's the second annual, and it is hosted by the Glamour House Studios, Houston Latina Collaborative, Meet Hidden Gems, and also their wonderful co-collaborators, Vika with the accent, and Panda, Trash Panda, and then Ford Latino, can't forget them, and Mimi Creations. And I'm sure you're,
Northside District.
oh, and Northside District, yes. So there's a lot that's happening this year, which I'm so proud of y'all. And I'm excited to go just to have fun. Cause y'all, I just like to go and have fun and shop at the markets and at the events. But any last words from you ladies? Any last words?
Yes.
Yes,
All of your jewelry. Is it 90 or 100% bought from markets?
It is market. There's all, other than my wedding ring and my childhood ring is market. Yeah,
Yeah.
all of it.
Yes.
It-
My earrings.
even my necklace too. My
I'm
necklace.
like, am I
yes.
agreeing? No, none of this. is.
Yeah, that's just you know how I roll, man.
Yes. I love that.
Do you have any last?
No, just thank you so much for the opportunity.
Yes,
for having us.
No, I'm so glad. You know, we think that we sometimes we don't always have to be directly involved, right? There's so many ways that you can help each other. And I have this opportunity to be partnered with Sesh Co-working Space, which I appreciate. And we're trying to do this live audience possibly once a month. We'll see, but we do appreciate those that did RSVP and attend. And then those for future, if you ever want to attend, you know, we'll hopefully have more opportunities to do so. This is a great first live audience. We got to start somewhere. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And I think that's it. But we appreciate all the love and support out there. But we got to go. Let's Vamonos. Bye.